Page 142 using the pages and the brackets.
Shalom Alechem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Shalom, Shalom. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Shalom, Shalom. Mi Melech Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Shalom, Shalom. Mi Melech Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu. Tzeitchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Shalom, Shalom. Mi Melech Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
The past weeks has had us focus so much on all the big fall Jewish holidays, but now it's almost exactly 2 months before the next Jewish holiday comes into our lives. So it gives us a chance to focus on other things. And it's appropriate that tonight we begin the Torah portion of Bereshit, beginning our Torah over and giving us a chance to look at things anew in our lives. Tonight we'll have an opportunity to reflect on our relationship with Israel and see it through new eyes that experienced it this past summer. And this Shabbat, as always, is our chance to take a break from all that's been keeping us busy in the week, to take a pause from it so that when we focus on it again tomorrow night, we have fresh eyes and fresh perspective to see it all together. We begin our Shabbat with our Shabbat candle blessings on page 120, using the page numbers in the bracket. And to light our candles, we invite up Carl and Judy Kaiserman.
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlig ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehalikneh shel Shabbat.
The Kiddush is on page 123. Please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava uvratzon, hinkilanu, zikaron lemaaseh bereshit, ki hu yom tehila lemikra'ei kodesh, zeker litziat mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta beotanu kidashta mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinkaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat l'chaim.
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 Take an opportunity to find out who's around you. Take a few steps and meet someone new. Find out who they are and wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Please be seated. In honor of this Shabbat Bereshit, Shabbat of New Beginnings, this is Psalm 104. Praise the Eternal One, O my soul. O God, how very great you are, arrayed in glory and majesty. You wrap yourself in light with a garment. You stretch out the heavens like a curtain. The clouds are your chariot. You ride on the wings of the wind. How manifold are your works, Eternal One. In wisdom you have made them all. The earth is full of your creations. I will sing to the Eternal One all my days. I will sing praises to God as long as I live. We welcome this Shabbat and each other, Lecha Dodi, on page 138, joining in verses 1, 2, and then rising for verse 9.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi
לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
שמור וזכור
בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד.
אדוני אחד
ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה ומחשבה תחילה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני
שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Please rise.
בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. We turn to page 146 for the call to worship.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
Page 149. We read together. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv Aravim. Page 150. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadita, Otanu limadita. Al-Kin Adonai Eloheinu b'shokbeinu, uvkumeinu nasiach b'chutkecha, v'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha, uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu, ve'orech yameinu, uvahem nege yomam v'layla, nege yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavatcha al tasir, mimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai,
Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam, Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. We join together in the V'ahavta on page 154. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol levavcha u'v'kol nafshecha u'v'kol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lektecha v'aderech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha uv'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uktavtam al mizuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. On page 159. Sing the song of everyone joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles and earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. On the facing page. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la
תורה ובניך בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים זה אלי ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד יאללה לילה יאללה לילה 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 לילה יאללה לילה
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? ונאמר כיפת אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
A prayer for a shelter of peace, page 160. Page 162.
את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני, את השמיים ואת הארץ.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי, וביום השביעי, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
As we turn to the Tefillah, the center prayers and Shabbat evening worship, we'll continue with the page numbers starting on 164 and using the even-numbered pages. When we get to the Givurot, a reminder that we have, since Sukkot has ended, moved from summer prayers to winter prayers, so watch for that line change that you may have gotten used to over the last 6 months. Page 164, please rise.
Adonai Sfatai Tiftach,
Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Agid Tehilatecha, Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Adonai Sfatai
tiftach Adonai Svatai tiftach Ufi Agid Tehilatecha Ufi Agid Tehilatecha
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Ve'imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor VeHaNorah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'konei Hakol V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei B'neihem Leman Shemo B'Ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayeh Hakol Atah Rav Lehoshia Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem Mikalkel Chaim B'Chesed Mikayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofech Olim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Mikamocha Bal Givurot Umidom Melach Melech Mimit Umekayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah lakayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mikayeh hakol אתה
קדוש
קדוש
ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Together, you are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. Page 177. We read together in the middle of the page on this Shabbat Bereshit, Shabbat of creation. When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us, we mortals that you take note of us? You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the word at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'lecha na'eh lehodot. Page 178, A Prayer for Peace.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim
Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam.
Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael
Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam.
וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך Shalom
Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam.
Tasim
Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom.
We continue with our own private prayers. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, vehine tov meod. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, vehine tov meod. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, vehine tov meod. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, vehine tov meod.
There was evening, there was morning,
There was evening, there was morning, there was evening, there was morning. Vayerev, vayivoker, tov meod. There was evening, there was morning, there was evening, there was morning. Vayerev, vayivoker, tov meod. Vayerev, vayivoker, tov meod.
Vayi erev, vayi voker, tov meod.
The words of Genesis chapter 1, verse 31. God saw all that God had created, and it was very good. There was evening, there was morning, and it was very good. With our thanks to Julie, Ella, Stacy, and Gwen, we turn now to our Torah service, beginning on page 364. And we invite to join us on the bima Mark, Rebecca, and Emily Katz, and Trudy Franco. Please rise.
Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, ki mitzion teitzei Torah, u'devar Adonai mirushalayim, baruch Shem ולרוממה שמו יחדיו. לך אדוני הגדולה והגבורה והתפארת והנצח וההוד. כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ. לך אדוני הממלכה יריב נעשה לכל ראש. לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב, לא ילמדו עוד מלחמה. לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב, לא ילמדו עוד מלחמה. לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב, לא ילמדו עוד מלחמה. לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב, לא ילמדו עוד מלחמה. לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב, לא ילמדו עוד מלחמה. לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב, לא ילמדו עוד מלחמה. לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב, לא ילמדו עוד מלחמה. לא יישא גוי אל גוי חרב, לא ילמדו עוד מלחמה. ילאי לאי 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 לאי, ילאי לאי 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 לאי, ילאי לאי 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 לאי, ילאי לאי 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 לאי.
Please be seated. Okay. We're starting over, chapter 1, verse 1 of our Torah portion, the story of the creation of the world. A lot of people spend a lot of energy arguing about this Torah portion, some feeling the need to take it as literally as possible. God created the world in 6 days, 6,000 years ago, and there's no other option. And others dismissing it entirely, proving scientifically the billions of years that the world has been in existence. And I don't find either argument particularly persuasive. We know there are billions of years. That is true. But that doesn't exclude this passage, which 3,000 years ago, somebody without the knowledge of science and carbon dating and fossils and the dinosaurs at the local museum did the best they could to understand how could the world be. How could this beautiful world where the sun rose every morning and the sun sets every night without fail, how could this world of wonder and majesty that they saw be anything but creation of the divine? And so they put it down in the best language they could for their time. And I think they did a pretty good job. Sharing our Torah portion, reading it, is going to be Jacob Alexander. And for our Aliyah, we're invited to invite up Elise Sisolak. If you'd like to follow along with the Torah portion in the Torah commentaries under the seats in front of you, it's on page 19.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai notein ha'torah.
Amen.
Amen. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz hayeta tohu vavohu ve'choshe al pnei tahom v'ruach Elohim merechepe al pnei hamayim vayomer Elohim yehior vayehior vayar Elohim et ha'or ki tov vayavdeo Elohim ben ha'or uven ha'choshech Vayikra Elohim Leor Yom Velechoshe Kara לילה ויערב ויבוקר
Yom Echad.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah temet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. As we offer blessings when we read the Torah, it's important for us to remember that we are blessings too. And if we are blessings, we need to take care of ourselves and have our families and friends help us take care of ourselves. And so at least tonight we recognize the blessings of you treating yourself as a blessing and therefore treating this world with much more wonder and glory because you're in it. We celebrate the blessings that you bring into the world every day and the blessings that you accept from all those you love. Amen. Was that vague enough? Was that vague enough? With the Torah out in front of us, we offer a special prayer of healing and hope for all those who are sick or ill. We're especially thinking in our congregation of Elaine Wall, Jamie Stern, Leah Stern, Joan Lipton, Arlene Green, Roberta Traeger, Jody Ann Herman, Judith Locasio, Rochelle Weinberg, Don Levy, Larry Bloom, Arnold Gilbert, Barbara Gilbert, Jane Levy, Brenda Levinson, Debbie Ball, Jody Harkavy, Lauren Nagel-Krosny, Renee Weisbaum, Jenny Davidowitz. If there are people that you're thinking of at this particular moment, we invite you, for those joining us on the live stream, to put their names into the chat, and for those here in the congregation, to share those names out loud with all of us. In the names of all those we hold in our hearts, we offer up a Misha Barak for healing in the middle of page 371 in our prayer books. Source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Amen. As we lift and dress the Torah, please rise.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 יאי לי לי יאי לי
We return the Torah to the Ark with the words on page 374 and invite Sammy Alexander to join us on the bima.
Eitz chaim hi, lamach zikim ba, vetom kreha, meushar derachecha, darveinom, vechol netivoteha. Shalom, shalom, hashivenu Adonai, elecha velashuva, chadesh yameinu tekedem.
Please be seated. A first trip to Israel is always eye-opening and illuminating. It turns Israel from story and history books and from our Bible to a living, breathing culture, people, land, and world. Tonight, we're delighted to have two of the members of our congregation who went on an Israel trip this summer and saw Israel with those fresh eyes share a little bit about their experience. And so we invite Ella Rosenblatt and Jacob Alexander to join us up on the bima.
July 12th was a feeling of mixed emotions. I was saying goodbye to my parents for 3 weeks and hello to a group of people that changed my life forever. This past summer, I had the opportunity to go to Israel on a teen tour. When I first found out about this program, I didn't know what to think of it, and I was unsure if I should go. Fast forward, and it was the best decision of my life that has opened up so many doors for future growth. There were so many moments that I wish I could relive again. One event that I will never forget were the Maccabea Games. We walked into the stadium. Our seats were on the field along with all the other BBYO teen tours. I wasn't sure how this event was going to go, but it all changed as soon as the players started walking out. They came into the crowd, started interacting with us, trading items with us. It was really cool. Every Friday we celebrated Shabbat, came together as a group. I remember sitting in a circle on a patch of grass, overlooking the Sea of Galilee, and our Israeli madricha, Donna, was leading us in song to popular tunes. This was great group bonding. Now, we are in the middle of nowhere, and it is hot as can be. We got to ride camels in the sunset, but slept in the Bedouin tents at night. The next day, the 4 a.m. wake-up was treacherous, but so worth the beautiful Masada climb at the end. On our final Shabbat, we got to visit the Western Wall one last time. We were all extremely annoyed because that meant we had to wear clothes that covered our knees, which none of us packed. However, it was a beautiful experience. I got to write a second reflection for myself and put it in the wall. Our final goodbyes were bittersweet. Leaving a country and a group of people that have shaped my life, shaped me in so many ways was extremely hard. I feel so much more connected to my Jewish identity more than ever. I'm now a proud member of BBYO, and I'm going to Dallas in February for International Convention, which I'm super pumped about. I feel more independent and prepared for what's to come in the future, like college. I created a bond with my best friends and counselors that I never even thought I would have made. I even learned how to swallow a pill because I was a quite literal hot mess on the trip. From swimming in natural pools, overheating on Samir's bus, learning the Hebrew word of the day, nightly gossip sessions in the hotel room, and endless memories, this is my mishpacha and a trip that truly made a change in my life.
Shabbat Shalom. Whether in religious school, Shabbat services, or family gatherings, I've always heard about Israel. To me, it was a holy land, a land of history. My parents asked me if I wanted to go there on a family vacation, but I told them I'd first like to go to Italy or Greece. But when I had the chance to go with my camp friends, I couldn't wait. When we arrived, the first thing I noticed was soldiers everywhere. It was a little scary, but we all felt safe. The next day, we went to the Maccabiah Games opening ceremony. The Maccabiah is the Jewish Olympics, and there were Jewish athletes from all over the world. Even Biden showed up. It was great to connect with everyone there. We even got souvenirs from different countries. Another highlight in Jerusalem was going to the Kotel on Friday night. To be able to touch the wall that my parents, grandparents, and every generation of my ancestors prayed to was very meaningful. We traveled the whole country and had many adventures. One was an archaeological dig in the Judean foothills. We sifted through dirt and sand and found pottery from over 2,000 years ago. We also had fun snorkeling in the Red Sea off of Eilat. I learned that Israel is as modern as it is ancient. It was really interesting seeing all the wonders that we never really hear about. I recommend that every Jew should visit our homeland.
We've heard a simcha that Jacob and Ella experienced with their wonderful trip to Israel, the change it's enhanced already in their very active Jewish lives to their future Judaism and the friendships they made for life. We want to hear about your simchas. They don't have to be quite as life transformative as Ella's and Jacob's were, but if there's something good that has happened to you in recent days or is coming up in days ahead, just raise your hand. I'll come over to you. Tell us your name and what good thing is happening in your life. I'm going to start on this side of the room, so be prepared. I'm not coming back.
My name is Jill Manis, and my kids lived in Seattle for 13 years and have twins, and they surprised us and moved back to New York with them, and we are so delighted. And they're living in Larchmont.
Next week is my birthday, and the week after that, I'm finishing my conversion to Judaism. Oh, and my name is Jennifer, sorry.
I got to sing with you tonight.
My name's Julie. And my twin sister just arrived last night from Paris, and my mom's here from South Carolina.
My name's Scott, and tomorrow night is Midnight Run. And yes, and this last week, the Synagogue's Inclusion Committee had its first meeting of the year. Very proud, I'm very happy.
I'm Carl Kaiserman. We're up here for the blessed bat mitzvah of our granddaughter. And
I'm Judy Kaiserman. Carl and I celebrated our 59th wedding anniversary yesterday.
I'm Lee. Today I played amateur tour guide and got to the person I was guiding to the location he wanted to get to, a Statue of Liberty. We walked up to the pedestal and back down 154 feet. Now I can rest.
We look forward to sharing many more simchas with each other in this new year, helping create them and sharing them as a community and building our community stronger, even more so because of them. We turn now to our concluding blessings of the service, beginning with the Aleinu in the middle of page 586. Please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula li'oser breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol
Please be seated. The concept of beginnings means also the concept of endings. And so as we celebrate the new beginnings that the year offers in our beginning of the Torah portion, we recognize and remember people we miss so very much who have passed from this earthen body, but whose love and light is always with us. This Shabbat, we mark the yahrzeit, the anniversary of the passing of Irving Adelson, Samuel Alpert, Sam Arkin, Jack Bloom, Phyllis Kaplane, Anna Carlin Shaken-Cass, Richard Franco, Beatrice Glasser, Jacob Goldsmith, Harry Goldstein, Abraham Goldstein, Sheila Goodman, Janice Grad, Joseph Greenspan, Cyrus C. Hoffman, Nathan Hoffman, Helen Jacobs, Howard Jacoby, Robert Jaffe, Bastia Kushnerovich, George Kuttner, Mikhail Ladowitz, Samuel Lauder, Laura Lehman, Nathan Levitas, Sandra Buckland Look, Marjorie May Manson, Manya Margolin, Sophie Marin, Harry Meyer, David Murad, Danielle Newman, Philip Osterweil, David Reich, Hetty Schaefer, Jules Schwabinger, Arnold Shaw, Anna Scheidlauer, Trevor Michael Singerman, Werner Stahl, Edward A. Stroud, Asna B. Witter. And we note in sadness the recent passings of Ruth Scheidlauer, mother of Scott Scheidlauer, David Orenstein, friend of Dory Brown, Rabbi Shalom Miller, friend of Dory Brown. We add to these names those that we're thinking of and mean so much to us. If you're remembering someone specifically on tonight, we invite you to add their name into the chat on the live stream or share the name out loud with all of us. In loving memory for all those we miss and who are always with us, the Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, be'alma devra churutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, b'agalav v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mivarach le'alam amei amaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudishah b'richu. Le'ela minko birkata v'shirata. Tushbekata v'nekamata. Damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabbah min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to every broken heart among us. And let us say, amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'yimru amen.
Amen. Please be seated. With some greetings to our congregation, we invite up our temple president, Seth Diamond.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi and Cantor, for making sure we don't have a post-holiday hangover with an inspirational service. And thank you to our musicians for all the wonderful, always wonderful accompaniment, and to Stacy, Ella, Gwen, and Julie for supplementing all that. Thank you also to Mark and Rebecca Katz for sponsoring tonight's Oneg, along with Judy and Carl Kaiserman, who we are particularly delighted to have with us this evening. This Saturday at 10 is the season debut of our Temple Tots. If you know any children 5 and under and their families, please make sure they arrive here. We look forward to seeing them. And later in the day on Saturday, as we've already said, we'll begin our preparations for Midnight Run, From 4 to 6, children, teen, and adults can help make sandwiches right here at the synagogue, and then we'll load up the cars and head out around 7. And finally, as our midnight run group heads out to help the homeless, I thought some advice for our entire community with a special attention to their work came from Senator Cory Booker. The senator writes of the meaning of love, "Love recognizes that every person has value, that we need each other, that we are interdependent. What happens to you matters to me. Love necessitates extending yourself, often out of your comfort zone, making the conscious choice to see the person, despite his or her circumstances, as worthy and as vital to you. Love recognizes that if another fails or falls or succumbs, then we are all worse off and our lives are diminished. May we recognize that we need each other and see each other as vital and worthy, and when we do that, we are a stronger community. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Seth. A few more words about some things coming up. One, if you read Hebrew and would like to chant Torah on Shabbat or on one of the holidays or one of the Chagim like Pesach and Shavuot coming up, please let me know. We'd love to have more chanters and hear more people chant, as Jacob did so beautifully this evening. Also, I'm happy to report the return of the Forest Hills Chamber Music Series that was started 3 years ago by Ari Evan. We're very excited about this. Just sounded absolutely beautiful in our sanctuary. We have a particularly wonderful acoustic. So this was started about 3 years ago, and I think some of you here remember how wonderful that was. The first concert is going to be Sunday, December 18th, and the next one will be Sunday, February 26th. So please mark your calendars, and hopefully by next week, we will have information about getting tickets.
As we get ready for our Oneg celebration after services in the ballroom, we invite you to please, when after services, return your prayer books to the table in the lobby on your way in there. And to help us with our motzi, we often invite up all the kids in the room, but today that just means come on up, read. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon.
Avon, bon appetit. And we conclude with Bashana Haba'a, which is on page 652 in the brackets.
A classic Israeli song in honor of our celebration of Israel this evening.
Yes.
Bashana Haba'a נשבת על מרפסת ונספור ציפורים נודדות. ילדים בחופשה ישחקו תופסת בין הבית לבין השדות. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. ענבים אדומים ישילו עד הערב ויגו צוננים לשולחן, ורוחות רדומים יסולים בדרך עיתונים ישנים כענן. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. בשנה הבאה נפרוס כפות ידיים מול האור וניכר הלבן. הלבן לבנה תפרוס באור כנפיים והשמש תזרח בתוכן. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.